Hello and welcome back to the workshop, where today we're joined by Cav and Alex from Cavalex Models to take a first look at their new Class 47 model for 00 gauge. So guys, it's a great addition to your collection, and what prompted the idea for this?
I think, well, as we've said before, the Class 47 is a favourite of ours. It's Cav's favourite, one of my favourites, and following on from the 56 and the 60, the Brush trilogy is going to be complete. It's an amazing loco, and we just feel that we just wanted to open the door to other avenues, so to speak, having focused on freight up until now. By doing the 47, this allows us to enter passenger and parcels and other avenues.
It is like the true mixed traffic loco at the end of the day, isn't it? Which travel far and wide. It's obviously a good choice from that point of view. But have you got particular memories or things that you recall from seeing these that are behind it as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, as a Chesterfield boy, I was down on Tapton Bridge every weekend basically, and these guys would be on passenger services, they'd be on parcel services. You'd see them on departmental tanks, everything really. All the speeding stuff back then as well were a 47. And for me, it was the iconic loco of BR really.
Super. Well, of course you've got plenty to choose from. Was it 512 Class 47s were built? So you've got a couple of liveries to go at.
Just a few.
A couple of variations to the body tooling. One or two. And I think a great opportunity for you to move forward with this. I mean, with it being so complex and having such a long lifespan, how do you go about actually planning for that?
What we wanted to do is, from the off, is capture what we feel are probably the main variations and liveries from BR blue right the way up, although we are doing a two-tone green one. We wanted to try and sort of get the main eras that we thought would be popular in the first run, because you can't do everything in the first run.
Exactly.
But we have plans obviously for the future to hopefully cater for everyone's wants. But it's difficult. I mean, Cav and I have got favourites that we'd love to model, but obviously not everyone would want necessarily the same ones that we wanted. But as you say, the variation with the fronts, the boiler ports, the fuel tank configuration, there's so much to look into.
Yeah. So what are the main variations you're going for then, in terms of maybe we should start with the cab fronts. What variations have you got on cab fronts?
So on the cab fronts, we've got the bulbs, the markers, the flush front recessed and sticking out.
Yeah, so and even the tail lights, they're different as well. So on some of them, the hinges are oriented horizontally, and some vertically. We've catered for that as well. Yeah. You've got the high intensity headlights, some have it, some don't.
Different horn covers.
Different horn covers. Yeah, the later ones in recent times have got plates on there on the horns as well. The radio aerials, that's a
different
detail.
Buffer beams.
Yep, absolutely.
Different, you're doing both cutaways and
we're doing
originals.
We're doing
and then of course there are the details on the buffer beam themselves.
Yep.
And the location of the ETH cables.
Correct. Yep.
So there's a lot of variation.
It's a massive tool. We've basically got tooling for 16 cab fronts in our range for the first run.
Yeah.
So,
and that presumably covers 47.0, 47.4, 47.7, 47.8. They're kind of the big changes, aren't they? So.
Yes, and then of course the original 20 generators as well, because you've got the different camp
grills. Yeah, they're different on the generators. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So there's plenty of variations just in the cabs themselves, and then obviously the roof profile, or roof details rather, I should say, they changed during their lifetime as well. I think obviously the first ones were steam heat, and then electric train heat comes in. Is that all catered for in the tooling as well?
It is, yeah. So the very first green ones that we've got on our list of models to do, that's before the circ shutters were fitted. So there's the different grills where the cooler section is on that particular loco. All the rest of them are the later circ. As we just mentioned regarding the Cantrail grills for the generator types, that's a different style of Cantrail grill as well, and that's catered for. So any of the generator locos we can produce it accurately. And then of course on this end of the locomotive where all the boiler ports are, there's several different configurations there depending on which boiler was fitted and whether it's electric trainee, steam trainee, or whatever. So they vary as well, and they also vary throughout the period of their life as well, from going from being open like that, for instance, and then later on they'd be plated over. So we've also got that variation as well. So not only is there several variations of boiler port on there anyway, there's also the later version of that same boiler port where it would be plated and plated in different ways as well. So some would have a plate on, some would have a plate with another plate on, and so they've all been accounted for as well.
Plenty of variations to go out with
Yep.
boilers. And in terms of actually the physical model, I mean, are you looking at ways how you can move beyond what you did with the Class 60 and 56 with this?
Yes, we are. We're already we're having a coreless motor to give it superior running.
Okay.
And there are other, I suppose, operational functionality features that we're looking to add to the model. Having learned a lot from the 56 and the 60, we want to, push the boundaries and evolve and innovate as a company. And so, whilst we've learned a lot from that, we want to really sort of push the model to produce the best model we possibly can.
Yeah. And presumably it's full cab interior detail. It's all that's there as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. A lot of time has been spent on that, as we did with the 56 and the 60, to fully replicate the cab interior on the model.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also introducing more authentic lighting for the cab as well. So it's a little bit more than just turn a light on this. So we'll leave that as a little bit of surprise for later. But
Yeah, we look forward to seeing that. Yeah,
we've certainly tried to sort of push the boundaries of even what you can do with cab lighting.
Yeah. So obviously with a wide range of tooling suite there, I mean, what liveries can people expect in the first batch?
So what we've tried to do is to cater for sort of the main liveries that the loco is famous for, from two-tone green through BR Blue, large logo, Intercity Executive, ScotRail, Swallow, all the way up to the modern day. We have got some modern day examples that are unannounced, and of course we have D1500 in its as-built condition. So we've tried to cater for the main liveries. We've then got some specials for a couple of retailers, which include two-tone green, Great Eastern in BR Blue. We've then got the GWR green. So there are a few specials as well that are going to be available.
Yeah, so I was quite excited when I saw 47004 in there, and it's two-tone green as it was around the old Oak Common Open Day.
Yes, that was a very popular one around that time.
Yeah, with the yellow miniature snowplows and two-tone green. It's a great looking combination, that. So. And in terms of the project as to where it is at the moment, so what currently is the status of the model?
So the project is at the tooling stage of the process. The moulds are being made, and we are eagerly awaiting the first engineering prototype samples in the next couple of months.
Okay, so it's not long till we see something real from the tooling for this then?
Yes.
So, yeah. Because obviously the sample we've got here on the bench today, this is a 3D printed sample, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Has that come straight from your CAD drawings, does it?
It's come straight from our CAD drawings, yes. So I've taken the CAD drawings, printed them out at my workshop at home, and that's the representation of the model in 3D form. And we're hopefully going to see a proper engineering sample soon and blow us away with that, I guess. But,
and presumably will that first engineering sample, that just be it won't be a working sample, will it be a working sample at that point, I suppose is the question.
We'll get shots from the mould, then we'll get an assembled sample, and then we'll get a fully working sample. So whether we get those all at the same time, or they'll certainly be close together. But when we get the first proper engineering prototype sample, that will be a working sample.
Yeah, because I mean, receiving the first engineering sample isn't just about being excited about you've got a 47. It actually is about checking the fit and finish of all the parts, isn't
absolutely.
it? So,
make sure the details are right, make sure things are moulded properly, and things that we've got on the CADs and whatever replicate into model form successfully.
Yeah. And presumably as well at that stage, you're going to get all the different components of the tooling suite where you actually can then see all the different cab sections and check all those as well. So it's quite an intense process at that point.
It is, yeah.
Super. And then in terms of actual delivery timescale, I mean, when can people currently expect to see these in a shop where they can go and buy one?
At the moment, we're still working closely with the factory with a delivery date of first quarter 2027, and we're still on target for that.
Super. And have you got price points set as well?
The price will be coming shortly. We hope to have that just before Gets.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to hearing more on this as you progress the model. Thank you very much for joining us today and bringing your first 3D printed sample, giving that indication of where the project's going. We look forward to hearing more about this. You can read more about the Cavalex Models Class 47 online at keymodelworld.com and also in issues of Hornby magazine. Thank you very much for watching today at home. Thank you, Cav and Alex, for joining us. And we'll see you all next time.